Well, hello, everybody. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. In normal times, is what I would say. I'm going to read to you an article um, by a man named Rex Hupke of the USA Today. It's an opinion piece right here. Elon Musk will, where is it? Oh, it's up here. Will decide the fate of Social Security and Medicare. Time to panic. Billionaire weirdo Elon Musk and his band of techies have likely accessed your most private information and have their disreputable mitts on the faucet from which vital government payments flow. I'm no fan of government. I'm not really. It's not served the people. It's not served we the people the way that it should for quite a while. There's a lot of things about it that are broken that need reform. So, like I said, I'm not here to defend the status quo, but this is not the way. I'm going to continue. If you rely on Social Security or Medicare or Medicaid, it's time to panic. If you care about your personal data, like your Social Security number or banking information, it's likewise time to panic. Oh my gosh. I I don't know how bad this is going to be, but it's going to be bad. I'm guessing that you didn't vote for Musk to be given free reign over computer systems throughout the federal government. I didn't. I know I didn't. That are normally handled by highly trained people who've cleared through background checks. Well, tough luck. Trump's in charge. And things like rules and norms and laws are for losers. Musk has access to vast amounts of privileged and restricted information. Musk, under the guise of what is essentially a fabricated government agency, DOGE, has brought in people we know nothing about to do things we know nothing about with zero permission or oversight by Congress. Colbert King of Washington Post describes Musk and co.'s hijacking of federal systems like this. Musk and his hirelings are gaining access to vast amounts of privileged and restricted government information on a scale unseen in our nation's capital. The Treasury Department, where I once worked, has given DOGE license to scrutinize federal payment systems that annually disperse trillions of dollars in government expenditures. The system also contains a trove of sensitive information about hundreds of millions of Americans, with information that is private, commercial interests, and foreign governments would pay dearly to get their hands on. This is the bigger thing that we're not talking about. Billionaire Musk bought control of U.S. government, and conspiracy theorists sure are quiet. Max Rickman, head of National Committee of Preserved Social Security Medicare, wrote in a statement, Social Security beneficiaries and their families have every reason to be alarmed by Elon Musk's takeover of the U.S. Department of Treasury payment system, which is responsible for paying Social Security benefits. The unelected billionaire who has no legal role in the government but heads Trump's unofficial DOGE and his newly installed minions, the Treasury Department, now have access to personal information of every Social Security beneficiary and the ability to stop payments for any federal programs that they dislike. There is a word for what's happening with the de facto President Musk's reckless mucking about. That word is bad. This is all just very, very bad. And while plenty of voters like Trump's rhetoric about cutting back the size of government, people were never presented with a plan in which Trump hands control entirely over to Musk and lets him go nuts about cutting back the size of government. People were never presented with a plan. We were not ever presented with a plan in which Trump just says, just go ahead. He did say he was going to let Kennedy go crazy with health, but he never said he was going to relinquish his power and his control to Musk, who is owned by China and Russia. It's likely that most of what Musk has been up to is illegal. Yes, it is. We know. But it's certain that what he's been up to is, as previously mentioned, very bad, dreadfully bad. Musk's intrusion into individuals' privacy is massive and unprecedented. Consider this from a lawsuit filed by the Alliance for Retired Americans against new U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, seeking to block Musk and his goons from accessing sensitive record. In quotes, the scale of the intrusion into individuals' privacy is massive and unprecedented. Millions of people cannot avoid engaging in financial transactions with the federal government and therefore cannot avoid having their sensitive personal and financial information maintained in government records. Secretary Bessett's action granting Doge-affiliated officials full, continuous, and ongoing access to that information for an unspecified period of time, then with no assurance that their information will receive protection that federal law affords. On the campaign trail, Trump swore up and down he would never touch voters' Social Security or Medicare. I remember because I watched all the rallies. I have PTSD from that shit. But Trump says lots of things, most of them false. Trusting him is a fool's errand, and trusting Musk is flat out ludicrous. With Trump, every day is Groundhog Day, a nightmare, over and over again. I'd say I'd have to agree.